drinking till the evening. I knew that you were leaving, trying to wash the pain away.
The next day.
Welcome back to the channel. I am Lizzabitty. For those of you who decided to stay subscribed to the channel, welcome and thank you. There's something that I recognized recently when I came across a video, and I will link that video at the end of this one. So when we talk about continental Africans who are really, it seems as if they are dying to make a change to either go to the UK or to America, we need to truly understand their plight as to why they want to do this. It is long-standing knowledge, as well as into the current cycle of right now, that continental Africans have a skewed view of how it is that we truly live and grew up in terms of being Black America. And so, since those images of media propaganda, as well as those who listen to the radio, if they likely did not have televisions, it makes them long and want to go there because they feel as if their homeland is worse than where they're trying to go. Those of us who keep our personal consciousness alive and well know that that is not the truth. We know what goes on in a place from where we come from, just as they know what goes on in the place that they come from. But the caveat to that is that the mere fact that their homeland has been so denigrated and made to feel as if it's evil and it is in such dire straits, they feel as if anything outside of where they come from is better. I recently had a gentleman approach me who I've known now, I'm going to say for a little bit over a year. And he asked me to basically assist him with getting to the U.S. So of course I run down a list of places, a list of things as to why that's not going to occur. And of course, as enlightened as I thought he was, he wasn't. He began to tell me about other continental Africans who have made the trek to this place called America. They are doing well. They have X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. So I merely decided to share with him about some of the falsities that a lot of them are not sharing with their brethren and sisterin. Of course, he was a bit shocked, couldn't believe I was saying this. And I said, yes. I said, they are not telling you the truth about what goes on in the West and what indoctrination looks like. Indoctrination is different from what he is known and accustomed to. I then began to give him some parallels of some things that I knew he could identify with. Some things that I knew that he would be cautious about once his wheels began to turn. And so he said to me, Lizzabitty, I'm just trying to make my situation better. And I said to him, you are young. You have the strength and driving force to be with the youth who are polarizing all of these countries on our Kebulon to make it a better place for you and yours. If you feel like you want to make your situation better, then you have got to return to your homeland. And so he stopped, he looked at me, he paused. He was quite in disbelief. he was quite in disbelief. Again, remember, I said I thought that he was more enlightened just because of our mere association with one another throughout the time that we've known each other. However, sure, some of his wheels begin to turn, but I think deep down he is still on this, I want to go there. So let me say this to all of you who are watching, those who would catch the replay. There's a reason why those in the diaspora are looked upon as if we are the gift horses for all. Not understanding the psychology and the mental anguish as well as physical torture of what we and our ancestors have gone through, being on a land that was perpetuated long since by the church about this skin color of us being less than. So that is indoctrinated into the culture and the biases of America. I'm only going to speak about her because that's where I come from. And so we have to do a better job in educating them from whence we cometh, because there's still a lot of misnomers. Think about this propaganda that has been perpetuated for hundreds of years with images, and then the radio, and then advances into television and video, etc., and social media, when we know vastly different about what's going on. It's still being perpetuated, and these young folks like him still are being hoodwinked to think different. So when I talk about being collective, we have to work together to make it a better place for us all, if this is your plight, if you are being true to yourself. So listen to the sister, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Lizzabitty is out. And I'm sorry for the noise.
One of the most common questions I'm getting is, you African, how did you not know how life is in America? And how did you want to move here so bad? Did you not know? Did you not know? And the answer to that is no. We do not know. I can only address this question and answer it from a South African's point of view. Television in South Africa, I believe, came in the 70s. That means that a lot of us didn't get television till mid-80s, 90s. Again, I can only speak from a village girl's point of view, those of us who grew up in a village. If this television came in the 70s, it didn't immediately come to us native South Africans, so that took probably another few years or a decade. So 80s, early 90s, that's when we have our first TVs. So you're talking about late 80s, 90s of South Africans who understand apartheid, Jim Crow, who are living in the experience, who are living in that depression and that horror and that treachery, right? And so when we open up TVs for the first time and we see Bill Cosby, when we open up our TVs and we see R&B, and we see beautiful African Americans, we see actors, we see them being police in police shows, they are being represented as major parts in movies. That's what we saw. We know nothing about Birth of a Nation. We know nothing about what you guys are going through. What we are seeing from a South African's perspective is that, oh my God, these Black Africans made it. Look at them doing it. Of course I want to be like that. I'm tired of this apartheid here. It looks like African Americans got their stuff together in the US. You have to remember, colonization, racism, imperialism, all of that, it will never expose itself. We have to go out of our way to expose it. So no. The media we are consuming, African American media, is nothing but positive things about America. It is not up until rap music do you realize that there's something going on in America, right? But even in rap music, then you watch the award shows, and then all of a sudden the rappers are dressed nice, they're talking nice, they have all these multi-dimensional, diverse friendships and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, maybe rap music is just art. It's not depicting reality. So there are these factors that are in place, and we all cannot forget that African Americans are misinformed about who we are. They are constantly being told that we are nothing but loincloths, we are weak, we did nothing, right? That's to make them not want to attach to Africa. Okay, that's on purpose that they have you guys feeling like that. When we come here, what's the first thing that we hear? African Americans are lazy, right? And so picture that dynamic where you think African Americans are all celebrities. You walk in here, you have different people telling that African Americans are lazy, and it is a mind fuck. It takes time, but we do sort it out, and that's why there's regret later. We never knew when we left.
We drink into the evening. I knew that you were leaving, trying to wash the pain away.